other, an early bird that rises with the sun or a night owl that stays up until the wee hours. But which is better for your health?
Starbucks is offering its employees a great new benefit, a free bachelor's degree from Arizona's State University. Stay tuned.
2 African American men are running for one open seat. Find out more here on Channel 99.
It's time for a new president.
In this preview video, Rand Paul unveiled Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Channel 99 BCTV News.
Your only student-produced news station bringing you news, weather, sports, and segments. I'm your host, Elena Ippoletti.
And I'm Kylie Dillon.
Rand Paul is ready to launch. The Kentucky senator is set to declare his candidacy for the White House today. Can he sell his Libertium brand to the Republicans nationwide? Kylie Dillon reports.
It's time for a new president.
In this preview video, Rand Paul unveiled a new tagline for his emerging presidential campaign. Standing up to the Washington machine put Paul on the political map 5 years ago, when the first time candidate snatched his Senate seat from the GOP establishment.
There's a Tea Party tidal wave.
The Libertarian Kentucky senator quickly bucked the president and his own Republican leadership, grabbing headlines with a 13-hour filibuster protesting the U.S. drone policy.
I will speak as long as it takes.
Paul argues he's more electable than other Tea Party presidential candidates like Ted Cruz, citing his work reaching out to minorities.
The biggest mistake we've made in the last several decades is we haven't gone into the African American community.
The Senate is his first elected post, but Paul has politics in his blood.
Ron Paul believes in the Constitution, that there are checks and balances.
Spending years campaigning for his father, former congressman and presidential candidate Ron Paul, Rand Paul is inheriting legends of his father's young, anti-government supporters for his own White House run now.
The phone records of law-abiding citizens are none of their damn business.
But his father's appeal had limits. For Paul to win, he knows he had to move more mainstream. Especially on foreign policy, Paul used to sound isolationist, calling for broad cuts in military spending and all foreign aid.
Overwhelmingly, people do. Including the foreign aid to Israel as well, is that right?
Yes.
But with ISIS and other emerging threats, GOP primary voters want a more muscular foreign policy, and Paul has been inching that way.
A stronger, better, more agile military. It's time for a new way.
I'm Kylie Dillon, reporting. Set your soon-to-be old watches. Pre-orders for the Apple Watch start this week. Apple says you can start ordering at 12:01 a.m. Pacific Time on Friday, April 10th. That's 3:01 a.m. for those on the Eastern Standard Time. And here's a big switch. Once the watch is released, you won't be allowed to line up outside Apple stores to buy one. You will have to make an appointment for a fitting. Then, Apple can ship it to you for free, or you can go back to the store and pick it up.
Starbucks is offering its employees a great new benefit, a free bachelor's degree from the Arizona State University. The Coffee Clan announced today that the baristas who do not already have a 4-year degree will be eligible for a full tuition at ASU's online program. Employees who qualify will get a scholarship from ASU that cover 42% of the cost. Starbucks will reimburse employees for the remaining 58% at the second semester. Full-time and part-time employees are eligible unless they work at the so-called licensed stores that also locate into the inside of the grocery stores. The company says that about 70% of its workers do not have a bachelor's degrees. Starbucks already offers 2-year ungraduated tuition to the university. About 2,000 workers are currently enrolled with the school. Starbucks CEO Howard Schwartz says that the program not only helps employees get ahead, it benefits the company to get a better educated workforce.
Voters in Ferguson, Missouri head to the polls today for city council elections. The election comes following months of tension and protests due to the 2014 police shooting of an unarmed black man, Michael Brown. Ferguson is about 70% African American, but 5 of the 6 council seats are held by whites. 3 council seats are up for grabs today. 2 African American men are running for 1 open seat, while 2 African American women are among 4 candidates vying for another slot. The current lone African American council member is not up for re-election this year.
Blues legend B.B. King has been hospitalized. His daughter told the Los Angeles Times that the King has been dealing with dehydration caused by his 2 diabetes. She says the 89-year-old is doing much better. King was introduced to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1987 and has 30 Grammy nominees. His latest health scare came from less than a year after dehydration and exhaustion caused him to cancel a concert tour.
Usually either one or the other, an early bird that rises with the sun or a night owl that stays up until the wee hours. But which is better for your health? Bad news for you night owls. Those who stay up late are more likely to face health problems than early risers. According to a study published in the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism, people who like to stay up very late at night have higher risk of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, and muscle deterioration, even when they get the same amount of sleep. Korean researchers looked at the sleep cycles of more than 1,600 people between the ages of 47 and 59. The results? Regardless of lifestyle, people who stayed up later had a higher risk of developing these health problems than those who were early risers. According to one of the study's authors, there is not a real conclusion on why this is the case. One theory researchers suggest is that the night owl may have poor sleep quality or that they engage in late night behaviors such as smoking or snacking.
The U.S. Postal Service is dedicating its Maya Angelou Forever stamp in the ceremony of Washington, D.C. today. The first day of issue ceremony will include the Postmaster General, Oprah Winfrey, and artist Ross Rawson, who painted the portrait used for the stamp. Angelou, who is an author, poet, actress, and civil rights champion, was born in 1928 and died last year. The Post Office describes her one of the most dynamic voices in the 20th century American literature. One of her most famous works, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, is an autobiographical account on her childhood as an African American in the South.
We'll be right back with Joe Teig with sports.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Are you tired of watching the same old boring news every day of the week? Then tune into Channel 99 News, the best news in Hazelton. Watch us live Tuesdays through Fridays at 2 p.m. We cover everything from news to sports to weather and entertainment. Will you be watching?
You're watching Channel 99 BCTV, the #1 student-produced show, where we provide you with news, interviews, segments, weather, and sports. Contact us at www.facebook.com/channel99. Follow us on Instagram at channel_99. Follow us on Twitter at BCTV Channel 99, or you can email us at channel99@hasdk12.org. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Hey there folks, this is Joe Tag with your Channel 9 News Sports. First up in the NCAA title game last night, the Duke Blue Devils defeated the Wisconsin Badgers 68-63. The most talked about thing about the game was when Duke came back in the second half to win the game. I would like to say congrats to Duke for winning the title. Now with the NBA, where the league has suspended Sacramento Kings forward Carl Landry for leaving the Kings bench on Sunday when the Kings lost to the Jazz 101-95. Today is the day that he'll serve his suspension when the Kings face the Timberwolves. Now in the NFL, where Adrian Peterson is going to meet with the NFL to discuss his reinstatement with the Vikings, months after he was suspended for hitting his son with a tree branch. If all goes well, then the Vikings won't let him play next season. Now in the MLB, where there are rumors that the Philadelphia Phillies might trade Jonathan Papelbon to the Boston Red Sox. If he does go back to the Red Sox, then this will be very good news for Red Sox fans. Now in the WWE, where former Divas champ AJ Lee announced that she has retired from in-ring competition. Many folks might want AJ Lee to join UFC. If she does decide to join the UFC, then she'll join her husband, CM Punk. Well, everybody, I'm done for today. I'll see you all later. Goodbye, and God bless.
Hey everyone, Jordan Marshalik here with your weather. This past weekend looked pretty nice. Saturday and Sunday were warm and small rain showers here and there. But let's take a look at today. We have rain moving into Pennsylvania today. It should be starting at around 4 p.m. with a 40% chance of rain. And within just an hour, that's going to go up another 50% to 90% chance of rain. We may also be getting some thunderstorms around 4 p.m. Temperature-wise, we are starting to peak out of the 40s and 50s and reach the high 60s and 50s. Today, we should expect to reach a high of 60 degrees. It is currently 59 and we should expect a low of 41 for the night. Humidity is 65% with wind blowing 5 miles per hour southeast. We shouldn't expect too much sun today, mostly cloudy and rain showers later in the day. The rest of the week isn't looking its best, but we will get through it, I promise. This week will be mostly cloudy and rainy, highs staying pretty warm, not too much sun until the end of the week. So let's take a look at the rest of the week. I'm Jordan Marshalik. Oh. That pesky Easter Bunny wrecking havoc with the Washington Nationals ballpark tradition on opening day. The bunny took down 2 presidents during the mascot race. It came out of nowhere to pummel George Washington. Then Teddy Roosevelt, before the brunt of the bunny's wrath. William, however, Howard Taft, escaped unscathed to win the race uncontested. No word on what prompted the bunny's outburst, but he may have overloaded on leftover candy. That is all for today's show. Thank you for watching, and tune in again tomorrow for more sports, weather, and news.
I'm your host, Elena Paletti.
I'm Kylie Dillon. We'll see you next time.
Have a wonderful week, America.